Compulsive research is how smart people mask their fear of real life. Let me help you conquer it. You know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you've been putting off. Maybe it's a difficult conversation, or starting on a creative project, or finishing that project. Maybe it's scheduling that doctor's appointment or knocking out an assignment at school. And for years you have been lied to. You thought that you were just lazy, uninspired, lacked the proper motivation, but that's not it. Perfectionism and procrastination are not for lack of planning. They are issues of emotional regulation. We delay doing things that make us anxious, uncertain, or otherwise doubt ourselves. We make the problems bigger in our head so that out of fear, we remain motionless. This leads to the standard procrastination loop. You pick up your phone, you scroll YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, you play video games, you drink, you eat, you suddenly care deeply about doing the dishes, anything that gets you away from the sense of mounting dread from the task you're avoiding. But all that stuff, the doom scrolling, the gaming, the overconsumption, it looks like procrastination. We're familiar with it, and so are the people in our lives. We get called out on it, and we experience the guilt or the necessity that eventually gets us to do the thing that we need to do. But I've met some really smart people who have found a far more devious form of procrastination, almost invisible to the untrained eye. So invisible, in fact, that it may not even register to the person involved. This is the trap of research and planning, and it'll find you the moment you get an idea in your head. You see, the reason research is such a stealthy form of procrastination is because it needs to be. Unlike scrolling or gaming, it's not an obvious escape. It can't survive on its own, so it behaves like a parasite feeding from its host. It makes you feel like you're moving towards your goal, while draining your ability to actually move at all. Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung had a description for this trait. He said, "Intellectualism is a common cover-up for fear of direct experience." He looked at the intellect not as a tool, not even as a coping mechanism, but as a place to hide. And that's what makes this the perfect trap for smart people especially. When you're clever, your avoidance doesn't look like you're avoiding anything. It looks like diligence, like taking precautions, doing the research. Nobody in your life is going to call you out because you read 3 more articles on starting a business. No one is going to stage an intervention because you're really meticulous in your planning. You get praised for it. Hell, you might even praise yourself for it. It feels good, and it feels like work, so what's so wrong about it? Let's do an example. Say you wanted to start a business. Good, exciting. So what do you do first? You start reading. You watch a few videos on how the founders you admire got started. Reasonable enough. Then you figure you should pick the right structure for your business because you hear that's important. So like LLC, sole proprietorship, S Corp. So there goes another evening comparing all of those. You brainstorm names, you check which domains are free, you find a good one, so now you kind of have to buy it. And now that you own a domain, you should probably have a logo, so at midnight you're in Canva nudging a font a half a pixel to the left. You read 2 books on the industry, you build a competitor spreadsheet, you sign up for a project management tool, and you spend a whole Saturday setting up the perfect workspace for a company that doesn't exist yet. 3 months in, you've got a name, a logo, a color palette, a business plan, a launch calendar, and a good amount of surface level knowledge about your market. What you don't have is a single customer or a working product or even a prototype. You've never once asked another human being if they'd be interested in buying the thing that you're working on. You haven't done any of the groundwork that operating a business actually requires. You've decorated the house, but nobody's home. See, that's the trap we all fall into. The business doesn't start the moment you have the idea. The business starts the moment it comes into contact with the real world. And it's not just would-be business owners either. I see this in a lot of young men, especially when they're searching for a relationship. You start reading, you learn your attachment style is anxious avoidant. You watch videos on what that means for you, videos on how to hold a conversation, how to stop overthinking every text message you send. You listen to a podcast about why making friends as an adult is so hard. And then one night you actually start typing a message to someone that you've been meaning to reach out to. And then you get the wording just right, and then you delete it. A year later, you continue in this pattern, and you understand people better than you ever have. You can name everybody's attachment style. You can spot the insecurity behind their behavior. You notice subtle clues in body language that tell you who's attracted to who, and social dynamics and hierarchies and all that. You have this beautiful and intricate map of human relationships, but it's all superficial. And still, you're still on the couch on a Friday night alone. Here's what's happening in both cases. Think of it like this. You're going to go on a grand adventure into distant, unknown lands. Now, there's the map of this land, and then there's the actual territory, the land itself. Research is like drawing the map. And the map is wonderful. It's clean, it's controllable, you can redraw it and resize it as many times as you like, and nothing bad ever happens to you on the map. The territory is different. The territory is real life. It's unpredictable. It can embarrass you. It can tell you no. So you stay up on the map, adding detail, telling yourself that you're going to head down into the territory as soon as you understand the map just a little bit better. But the map is not the territory. It can never be. There is no level of understanding, no intellectualization, no abstraction that can ever replace direct experience. Don't believe me? Okay. How many books do you need to read on swimming before you know how to swim? Without ever touching the water. How many books? So why do we do it? Why do we keep drawing the map when we know the territory is where we actually need to be? Because of fear. The map is the realm of intellect. On the map, everything is perfect. You say the right things, you know you're smart enough, and nothing out there can touch you. You are safe inside your mind, but nothing real happens in your mind either. The outside world, that's where all the adventure is. That's the arena, the proving ground, the distant land you set out for in the first place. And the only way to reach it is to put the map down. It can stop here. You can close this video and you can finally push forward on what you've been avoiding. You don't need another round of pulling the lever on the social media slot machine, looking for that next video, that next hit of motivation. You don't need to read another book. You don't need to find another podcast. You don't need to like, comment, or subscribe. You need to start. Next time, we'll talk about a method that US fighter pilots use to make decisions quickly and safely without endless preparation. For now, your homework is just to start. Get one draft done, one paragraph in, one call made, and send it before it's ready. Get it in front of at least one person. You do this enough, and you'll be surprised where you're at in 30 days. See you out there, fellow seeker.